Writing workshops. That was a little controversial for me for a very long time because I guess I just hadn't been in very good ones. And the ones that I had been part of, you had a whole lot of people trying to be big fish in little ponds, and they didn't want any of the fish evolving ahead of them and figuring out how to walk on land. So they didn't really encourage you. They would just criticize. They would always hold their own up as an example, and sometimes it wasn't any better than anything I wrote. But instead of telling you how to write it, they just talked about how they were doing, and you didn't get a lot of encouragement. So I stayed away from writing workshops and stuff like that for a long time. And then I decided to start going to writing conferences. And I said, well, maybe I can at least be in here. And people are theoretically supposed to be helping you improve your writing and your research and everything. And boy, was I right. There are some that are kind of a cavalcade of this one made it, this one made it, you can make it too. And it had the feel of being at a timeshare pitch. And then there are others, Writers Police Academy, California Crime Writers Conference, which unfortunately this year is being held on the same time. New England Crime Bake. They have been so supportive, so encouraging, not just with writing style, but also saying, hey, I've got this editor you might want to check out. They're really good. They're kind of expensive, but they really help get everything polished and can help you pitch it to an agent and everything else. They really help you out. They give you honest feedback because you're not just a peer, you're a friend. And they want to see, they're not jealous of somebody else being successful because the idea is that's where we all want to be. So we're much more likely to get there together than separate. I mean, at the last one, you get somebody who was on the New York Times and the LA Times bestseller list sitting there hanging out with you, just encouraging you, saying, hey, yeah, I want to read your stuff. Let's see it. That's a pretty big boost. And then other authors and so on, taking the time to sit and talk with you and really be interested in what you're doing. And that's the encouragement that you should look for when you go to a writing circle or a writing workshop. Look for somebody that's going to help you be the next one, not the one that's worried you'll be the next one. That's something I really wish I got over my trauma a lot earlier. I think I would have been a lot farther ahead than I am if I had done that. So yeah, I encourage you to check them out. If it's not a fit, not a big deal. There are plenty of others out there. For mystery writers, there's Malice Domestic. There are groups out there for horror writers. The Horror Writers Association, International Thriller Writers, for mysteries, for fantasy, for romance. Check them out. Get a hold of Writer's Digest. They usually have a directory of all kinds of writing conferences and workshops for all sorts of genres. So give it a shot. You might learn something, and you will most likely definitely have fun.